Hey you guys, welcome to another Dolly video. Today, I still have a cough. Oh my god. I just got so inspired recently with my Robotica and Glitch. I don't know, for some reason I'm really into the robots as of late. Don't know why, I'm not quite sure why, it's just like in me and I have to work on them and I have to continuously mess with them, but it's that way. Which is, it's not bad. I'm just saying, I'm just like, her. But, if you remember my first video, I was like, oh, I think this is the story, I'm not sure. And, I want to say, like, maybe I'm pretty sure almost everything I said in that video, I think is going to be their story. Nothing basically different nothing really new with Glitch. Since he is the older one, I guess I can start with him. I was sewing for Virus, so, cause I made her, cause, like, whenever they go, out looking for parts, every once in a while they will have to go into a more populated, like, human populated area. God dang it, I wish I could stop coughing. More human populated area. So, they have to kind of wear disguises to kind of make sure people don't notice them too much. With robots like Glitch, not only is he small, but, he is very old. He himself is 100 years old, and there are, even though I say he's first generation, I think he's first generation of this type of robot. Obviously, there's probably other robots that scavenge around, and, you know, people don't pay attention to the older things. It's kind of like when you see a homeless person, it's just like, whatever. For most people, I'm not saying I'm like that, I don't. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, it's kind of like that. When you see a homeless person on the street, it's just there. They're just there. It's not like, oh my god, there's a robot on the street, everybody panic, or anything like that. But, you know, so he does kind of cover himself up a little bit. And if you don't recognize these are actually from Alex, which hopefully I have battery, because at first it gave me 3 bars. Suddenly it's down to 1. This camera is magical. So I shortened them and then bent them so they're around his face now. And he has his little scarf. I had this vinyl hat that you can see the paint chipped because I forgot to seal the inside whenever I finished it. So whenever I was sticking it onto his head, the paint was coming up with the sticky tack. So, I mean, he'll usually look like this whenever he's out and about. Around humans anyways. Like if they're going to the junkyard, which I'll talk about more here in a minute, he probably wouldn't wear his little roby thing here, which, I just kind of like shredded it a little bit, just to make it look more old. I don't know. I was just kind of making it on the fly because I was like, oh, it'd be cool if he had like this weird poncho thing that he just kind of like put together just to shield himself and kind of hide out himself. Because if he's all in black, people won't notice him as much, obviously. And he, like, if he's wearing a hat, he's got glasses, I don't know. And he's small, so I mean, people will more or less take him as a really short person. Then, because believe it or not, like, think about it, like, think about, like, the cities, like, any city, anywhere you know now, basically is like New York. Every city is like New York. Any rural area is like New York, where it's like big cities, lots of people. That's how far in the future this kind of is, I'm thinking. And where they live is like Gear City. It's just kind of what I called it. I feel like it's kind of lame, but it's sticking. Excuse me. But there's that. I know I'm jumping around a little bit. It's because I'm excited, and I'm trying to talk fast because I'm afraid my camera's gonna die. I gave him this bag. Again, it was something I made for Alex last year, and I didn't end up using it too much, but I kind of just stuck like a book in here. This is another vinyl piece that I painted, and it's just a box phone to any like young people's. This is what you this was a cell phone at some point. So gosh, I feel so old sometimes. Not that I was like around, like I was around right when these were like no longer a thing really. Right when that was starting to happen, right when cell phones were becoming more of a thing. But anyway, and then this is a flashlight that Amber gave me, and then like I said, a book. So he'll carry this around. He'll probably sometimes have it empty to put parts in or something. I just did that for right now. But more on the other things like time and placement, I guess. So I'm gonna assume is roughly 100 years old, although I don't know. I feel like that's kind of off. I feel like now with the timing in my head, like of how far into the future it is, I feel like he's more maybe closer to 200 than just 100. I feel like that makes more sense to me. And as I'm developing his character, I kind of feel like he wouldn't go out and scavenge as much as Virus does. And by the way, they scavenge to get parts not only maybe for themselves, but like it is a, well, it's not really a city, it's like a town. Like it's very small, but they call it Gear City. It's an abandoned human town from very long ago. Because as places got more modern, I mean, it's kind of like why smaller towns get abandoned now. They just become too old to run and stuff like that. So that's kind of what happened with this city, and the rogue robots found it, and that's where they stay. Obviously humans haven't found it yet or anything. It's just out in the middle of nowhere, obviously, just because there is, I don't know. I haven't come to the conclusion as to why humans don't go out of the cities that much. I don't know. I'm not sure why yet. And then near Gear City is the dump where they, like, you know, it's like garbage, but not like actual garbage. It's more like random stuff like robot parts, building garbage, or, you know, pieces of metal, and like random stuff like that. It's not like actual food or anything. That goes obviously somewhere else. Basically, yeah, it's like all of those things that are not biodegradable go into that place. So that's where Virus and Glitch sometimes scavenge. And every once in a while they will have to go into the city, which is why they have the cloaking outfits that I made. So that way they are not so noticeable in public. And here is Virus's outfit. By far, probably one of the most cleanest things I have ever made. The belt is kind of meh, but here she is. And then I made her a necklace, which I made it so that way whenever she's not wearing this, I can put it on a shorter chain. But I want to figure out the shorter chain almost exactly, so I'll just wait to make the shorter chain until I take this off her for whatever reason. And then let me stand her straight so it's easier for you guys to see. So I've been basically working on this outfit for like 2 days. Well, last night and today, so I guess it's just a day. But I finished the shirt yesterday, and then I added the hood and the stockings today. Which I wasn't sure about the stockings. I didn't know if I wanted to use different fabric or what. Which this is supposed to be like a sweater dress. And so the point is to cover her up, because if she's a robot just walking around, they will, I don't know if they will, I guess they would attack her, because maybe there's something about the robots, like they'll know if they're like rogue or not, or something like that. Maybe like their numbers, like their encodedness, will set off alarms and something like that. So here it is, and then it's a little bit bigger. You can see it's kind of scrunched up in the back, but to be honest, it looks fine. I love it. And I actually sewed it in a way, like I sewed on the hood separate. So this is the sewing line, but I kind of like that. I wanted it to look like it was just kind of sewn together. That's why I have like these pieces here in the back where it's like it looks like it was sewn. So this would be her, and I have blasters I'm making for them. Actually, here, just a second. I will go grab them, because they're probably dry by now. Got my Grinch pajamas on, because it's Christmas time. Anyway, these are the guns that Amber has sent me forever ago, so I painted them. And, obviously this is Glitch, and this is Viruses. And I will be adding like a tip to them, so it looks like they, you know, that's like it's actually a shooty thing. So like this is the color of their blaster. So like when they it's like if you watch Star Wars and you see the lasers go pew pew out of the guns that the stormtroopers have. That's kind of like what my idea was about it. But the color of their shooty part. Don't you just love my technical terms? Will be whatever color their blaster is. So, this is a little big for their scale, especially Glitch, but he's already small, so it doesn't, I mean, it just makes sense that he would have a gun that looks a little big on him. But for Virus, it is a little odd. But, you know, it's a blaster, and it's sci-fi, you know, for all we know, it's how it's supposed to be. So, and I might add more things to it, like wires or something. I am gonna dome them, and obviously make them dirty, because it looks a little odd. But, that's what I've been working on. Where'd the other gun go? What did I do with it? Was it in my lap? No. Oh, it was hiding right in front of me. Here's the other one. So, I'm probably gonna dome them a little bit with some Mod Podge. We'll see what happens. What else? Because there is more. Oh, and I figured out a little bit more about the virus that obviously makes Virus. I think what happens is the so-called virus that makes robots have like the sentient, like self-awareness, like somehow attacks their system and maybe does something like shut them down, and it obviously maybe rewires them, and that's why whatever it does to the inside of them whenever they shut down causes them to become aware, if you know what I mean. So I think what happens with her, like kind of what her story is like living with that awareness. Like, okay, it in a way it was like when she turned back on, it's almost as if like a person woke up. Is how I envision it happened for her. No, the virus probably works differently in different robots. So for her, it's just like she woke up and she was aware of things. She still had her memory of before, but this is where virus was born in a way. So it's not about like learning to be human or learning human. It has nothing to do with humans. It's just learning, you know, how do emotions work? How do I live with being? You know, she's in a sense alive. She acknowledges everything, and then how she's built to like understand temperature for the reasons like because she's a help bot. I don't know if I said that in the previous video. So help bots are used for many different things. So they're kind of like thermostats too. So they're built to, like, in a sense, feel the temperature and understand like, oh, this is too hot. That is not good. Oh, this is too cold. This is not good. So with her new sentience, she actually can feel heat and cold. And yeah, I feel like that's just kind of how the story is right now. And I don't know if I'll add more to it. We'll see. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to add. Or anything else I have been inspired with. Oh, this is Alex's backpack, which I just never use on him because I never like putting it on him for whatever reason. I feel like he just wouldn't have a backpack after I got it. I was just like, oh, well, okay, I guess I have a backpack now. Let's see what it looks like on her. Probably doesn't look too bad. Actually, it looks really good. I might take these jewel eyes off and then paint these red bits blue. Other than that, I think this looks good. And then put her parts in here, like whatever she finds and stuff. But so far, that's Virus and Glitch right now. Part 2 of that story. I don't know what to call it. Rogue Robots. The Rogue Robot story. We can call it that, I guess. But yeah, so far I'm having a lot of fun with these guys. I do have robot parts that I might like kind of string together so that way I just have another character that I could put together if I really wanted to. As if like he's broken or whatever and he's just barely like there. I don't know how to put that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, because I will answer them. Because my storytelling skills are not like top notch. So if nothing makes sense, I'm sorry. If you want to know more, please let me know, because I will definitely attempt to do another story time when yeah, I guess that's basically what this was. It was Rogue Robot Story Time 2. I'll have a link to the first video of these guys. So if you guys want to know about them, the video will probably be right over here somewhere. And yeah. Oh, I'll actually have 2 videos because I forgot stories, 2 separate videos. So, there you go. You guys can see it right there. So until next time, well, I guess I'll make this part 1 because other ones were more like character story. And now I'm dying. Bye.